You can group different warehouses together and create cost center groups here in the system Oris accounting. This technique is used in order that the prime cost of the commodity could be the same in different warehouses. Add new, accept the goods transaction, select account of supplier 3110, and here in this field cost center group for warehouse 1, select group 1, specify as the same group 1 for warehouse 2 as well, and select warehouse 1 for this entry. Add inventory account 1610-1, and now let's say we've received 10 pieces of this commodity for 100 lari. Correct imbalance and save this transaction. Add one more, accept the goods transaction, specify as the same account of supplier 3110, but select warehouse 2 here in this field. And as you remember, warehouse 1 and warehouse 2 are in the same group 1. Select the same inventory count 1610-1, and now let's say 10 pieces of this commodity we've received for 150 lari. Correct imbalance and save this transaction as well. Now let's record a write-off transaction. Specify purchase account 7210 and select a warehouse 1 in this field. Add the same inventory count 1610-1, and pay attention to that. Here in this field should be average write-off method. Close the screen, and now write off let's say 5 pieces of this commodity. So specify 5 pieces here in this field, and write-off amount here 6250 has been calculated by the system automatically. And now let's check balances. Here in this screen you see amount we've spent on this commodity, its quantity, and prime cost per unit as well. As you see here, unit costs we've accepted this commodity are different in those warehouses, so average amount 1250 has been calculated by the system for both of those warehouses because they are in the same cost center group 1, and you see corresponding write-off amount here 6250 for 5 pieces of this commodity. Correct imbalance and save this transaction. Now let's perform one more write-off transaction. Specify purchase account again, and now select a warehouse 2 in this field. Add the same inventory count 1610-1, and let's write off 5 pieces again. And as you see, write-off amount calculated by the system is the same 6250 because as we said before, those warehouses are in the same cost center group. Correct imbalance and save this transaction as well. And now let me draw your attention to the one important detail. Look at those to accept the goods transactions. The same commodity been received in 2 different warehouses which have been grouped in the same cost center group, and there are 10 pieces of this commodity in each warehouse. Now add new write-off transaction, specify purchase account 7210, and here in this field cost center select warehouse 1 and add the same inventory account 1610.1, write off 10 pieces of this commodity, and the write off amount 125 lari have been calculated by the system automatically, correcting balance and save this transaction. And now let's look at how this transaction will affect balances. Access the menu, results, and balances. And here in this screen you see that there is no commodity in warehouse 1 because as you remember 10 pieces of this commodity have been accepted and 10 pieces have been written off recently from this warehouse. But as you see we have a negative financial balance here, minus 25 lari. Now let's look at why does it happen. Move to the menu, entries, and update this last transaction and look at account balances. As you see here, average unit cost is 12.50 for both of those warehouses because they have been grouped in the same cost center group. So write-off amount for 10 pieces have been calculated by the system correspondingly, and also we write off these 10 pieces from warehouse 1 where this commodity had been accepted 10 pieces for 100 lari. So we get minus 25 lari negative financial balance because commodity accepted for 100 lari had been written off for 125 lari.